As you get started in AVD, one of the things that you may be asking yourself is, how do I place variables in different locations in order to affect the configuration? And that's what this video will discuss. One of the best ways to get started in just working with variables is to use an example. And today we're going to work with an example from the avd.arista.com site. So if you would go to avd.arista.com, make sure on the latest version, which is 6.1, and we're going to select the examples area. And for this particular example, we're going to look at the dual data center L3LS example. Once you're here, scroll down to this area that says Start AVD Playground. This is a great new feature which allows you to kick off a lab, basically, that's your own for a day. And so I've already got mine started, but if you click here, it'll open up a new tab. You do have to log in. And once you log in, you'll go in and start that lab going. And I'm ready to launch mine. There is a password you'll need. So if you want to copy that down here, click on Launch Now. It'll ask you for a password to get in. You will submit that. It will then bring you to a screen here, and it's going to ask you a few things down in the terminal. One of them is what version. We're going to go with 6.1, and then it'll ask you which example you want to go with. We're going to do the dual DC L3LS example, and it'll take a moment. It's going to install a few things into this site, just downloading the AVD information, some of the dependencies. So that takes a moment, and while that does, I'm just going to close this window here. And we can start looking at a couple of things while that continues to load. Over in the group Vars area is where we have all of our group variables we're working with. The inventory file is a great place to start because with an Ansible you always need an inventory. Okay, it looks like everything is loaded down here. I'm going to go in and close this window. If you just hit, you notice if it says press any key, it's going to close this terminal. We can reopen that in a moment. But first, let's go look at this inventory. So we have all devices. Then we have what's called a group variable. In this case, it's called fabric. Another group variable is called DC1. Another group variable called DC1 spines. And you can see these are all nested. So if I'm operating at the DC1 level, I'm actually doing something for all DC1 devices. If I'm operating at the fabric level, I'm doing DC1 and DC2. And you can see the hosts themselves are defined under that final group variable. So now we need to talk about how are these correlated. So this is the inventory. I do have a slide here that I thought might help depict it a little bit better. So we have in our group vars, we've got our fabric.yml file. That is going to be associated with the fabric group var. DC1.yml is associated with DC1 group var, DC1 spines. I think you get the picture. I did reorder some of these just to make it easier to see within this slide. There is another set of group variables that are actually group variables of group variables. Network services and connected endpoints are those. And the reason we're calling these out is in an EVPN VXLAN environment, most of the services we're using, as well as the endpoints that get connected, are going to be connected at the leaf level. So think about VLAN implementation, VRF implementation, server connections. And so that's where these group variables will act. The network services group variable has several group variables under it, including all of the leafs, the L2 and the L3 leafs, so that we can operate on those. And those, of course, point up here. And that way we don't have to call out the individual host devices. All right, let's go back to our VS Code screen here in the lab, and we will make a change. We're going to go look at some variables here to start to manipulate. And in this case, I want to pick on, for the fabric level. In this case, let's look at the fabric itself. Now, there are a few things here that that are variables that go across the fabric, but I thought it might be interesting to pick on this AAA setting. This is, these are some variables that are used for manipulating usernames within our devices. You can see it's applied at the fabric level. And if I bring our inventory back up again, you'll notice the fabric level that encompasses all of our data centers. So this is saying that our AAA settings, our username settings, are going to go across all devices. And in fact, we do see that. As you probably know, within AVD, we create the intended configurations here under the intended folder. I want to look at a couple of configurations. I'm going to close the inventory and then right click on this and open it to the side. And then I'll also pick on our DC2 leaf 1A, open it to the side. So I know this is a lot open to the side, but the thing I want to call your attention to is this username area here and also here. So right now, this is the fabric level, therefore both data centers are using that variable. But let's do this. Let's take this and let's cut it out of fabric and let's put it just in DC1. So I open the DC1.yml and I'm going to paste that variable here. Now let's open our terminal session again, and we can do that a couple of different ways. One is by doing going to the menu up here and doing new terminal. Another is using, if you're on a Mac, Command J, or a Windows machine, Control J. That will toggle the terminal on and off. Okay, so we're going to build, and to build, we're going to use the build playbook that's already available to us in this example. So we do that by calling ansible playbook build.yml. And this knows already that it's using the inventory file because it's set up in the Ansible config area. And you'll notice immediately that nothing was touched within the DC1 area because we have this variable now in the DC1 group var. But DC2 was affected, and we can immediately see here that green means it's not touched, yellow means something changed. And if we look at our configuration files, DC1 leaf 1A, the username's still there, but it actually is gone in DC2 leaf 1A. In this case, we just manipulated the variable by moving it from one group var to the other. So let's go in and put that back. I'm going to cut it back out of DC1. I'm going to put that back into the fabric area here. And I will run this again, Ansible playbook build.yml. And notice that the username will show back up here in the DC2 leaf 1A configuration. So now we see that we can move and manipulate the data in that way. Let's go pick on another area. So let's say that you've got a couple of different repositories for your DCs. So if you've got DC1 and maybe one repository, DC2 and another one, or in folders, in different folders, there is a construct that we have within AVD called the group variable or the global variable. And the way you can see that is by going to the user manual under the Ansible collection, and then you can look at plugins that we have. And one of the plugins is a variable plugin called arista.avd.global vars. And this will give you some information about the global vars. But for right now, what I'm going to do is implement that within our repository. So one of the things we need to put in is the variable. Essentially, we can copy this or put this in our defaults area, the Vars plugin enable, and then Vars global vars, we'll need that in our Ansible config file. So if you wanted to copy this from the global vars area, you can copy that and then paste it in here. So that calls out the global vars, and you do need to keep this host group vars as well. And it also installed or added this bracket here for the vars group var, and we have to have a path to wherever we're going to put this global vars file. In our case, we're going to put it in the main directory. And because we're running our playbook in the main directory, we can really just call it out here. So we can just say global _ vars.yml. And then let's create a global vars.yml file. And in this file, we're going to place the AAA information that we just looked at. So I'm going to actually cut it out of here and place that in our global vars file. So what do you expect to happen? I mentioned global vars should be operating across all of our repositories of AVD. You shouldn't see anything happen. And this is a great way to look at variable manipulation. As you're making changes, if you don't expect something to change, that is just as valuable as seeing something change. So again, we would expect now, because in the last run, we have username appearing in all devices, we would expect no change as we run this. So let's see what happens. All right, very good. And there is no change. So you might be asking yourself, well, how do we even know if it worked? Well, let's do this. Let's go on and remove that from global vars, run it again, and we should see a change in all of our devices. And indeed we do. We'll see that username disappear from everywhere. So the placement of the variables has to do with the devices it operates on, and those devices can be found in the inventory file. Hopefully this has helped you with understanding better how variables can be manipulated within AVD and how to go about figuring out where to try to place those variables.